Hey CamaroFamily, I'm really excited to show you what's inside this box. I bought this box off of eBay. I didn't buy the box, I bought the parts that are inside it off of eBay. And it arrived like this, so I'm a little cautious as to the condition of the items inside the box. So we're going to open it up cautiously. I don't know if you can see it, but we got a couple of parts hanging out here. And got some holes there. Got a big hole there in the side, so I'm hoping that all the parts made it inside the box and that they all arrived and they're not sitting up some center somewhere at UPS. So anyway, so I'm going to show you what's inside the box, but before that, I'm not doing a commercial. I'm just letting you know that we have these CamaroFamily hats. We've only had a few of them made. And at the end of the video, you can't buy these, but at the end of the video, I'm going to put a little section in that shows how to get this, how to win this hat. So at the end of the video, we'll show you how to win this hat. And also this super rare, I don't know if they're actually limited edition, but this is a Bumblebee Camaro made by Tomica. It's a 1/64 die cast. And I actually bought this in Bangkok and brought it home for doing stuff like this where we're going to give this away. So we'll give away the hat, we'll give away the Bumblebee Camaro. So we'll show you that stuff at the end of the video. I'll stick that in. So for now, let's go to what's inside the box. All right, safety first. I really hope that stuff in here is in good shape. All right, a little bit of loose packing, some pieces, some actual airspace in here, which is never good. Airspace inside of a box. So let's take out an important part of this. By now, maybe you've guessed, it's a TPI. So it's a TPI system purchased off of eBay. It's got some scratches on the plenum, on the tubes there. This isn't the plenum, this is actually the tubes, the TPI tubes. So got some little dents in it, so stuff was rattling around in here. Got the fuel rail assembly at the it's got a dent in it, but this is the return line for the fuel rail system, the TPI, so I don't think the dent's going to be too bad of a deal. So we'll take a look at that in a little bit. And also up here in the corner, there will be a link to a video that we actually did on rebuilding the whole fuel rail assembly in a different video. So that link for that video, it's a 4-part video, very in-depth, goes into every single part on how to repair this and every replacement part number. So if that interests you, doing just a rebuild on this assembly, the link up there in the corner. So there's the other tube setup. Oh, so that was, let's see, what you see sticking out here is the plenum. The plenum port. So the vacuum port on the plenum, and you can see the intake air temperature sensor sticking out through the box there. It's never good. The IAT. All right. So ECM, that's good. A bagged oxygen sensor. Ooh, I really needed this. I'm missing the PCV hose, the formed GM PCV hose. I saw this in the auction, so I'm happy this made it because I wanted to replace the one that's in my car because it's missing. So, and you can't get this specific part from GM anymore. So, all right, a vacuum line. This looks like it comes off the bottom of the throttle body for the smog system. So, oil pressure sensor or sender, HEI distributor, all right, this thing, there's a part number, all right, look that up. So this style distributor, this HEI distributor came from 82 to 86 V8s. Some other small pieces. All right. That's good. Throttle positioning sensor. There's already a throttle positioning sensor on there. So this is off of a multiple car, obviously. And the cold start injector. So this is definitely not off of a later model. And the TPI runner has the spot for the cold start injector. Intake manifold. Alternator bracket. 85, 86 alternator bracket specifically, so that's good. It didn't say what year car this stuff was off of, so I think we're figuring out it's 85, 86. Bags of bolts. Knock sensor. Another intake air temperature sensor. So this is obviously off of multiple cars. Another alternator bracket, the lower bracket for the alternator and the smog pump. So just a couple of smaller parts and bolts in here so we can put this on the floor. So the plenum, inside of it, you can actually see that it's been cleaned, so there's no carbon buildup inside of it, so that's interesting. No carbon inside the tubes. Over in the corner, I'll do a little video showing that there's no carbon buildup inside of there. It does have a gasket that was used, so somebody must have taken this off of a system they rebuilt. So let's look over here. Inside the plenum, you can see that there's no buildup of carbon in there. There's no buildup of carbon inside the intake manifold. This system has been painted. You can see a little tape overlay there. So this has been painted. It looked a little too nicely silver. The throttle body looks like it's been kind of polished with a little bit of a wire wheel. It's nice that all these brackets are in here, stock bolts. So we'll take a look at this. Got the firing order, 18436572. It's a really good part number to know, or a good firing order. So there's the Winters logo. Right here is the Winters casting logo. So let's go into a little bit more detail here. So it is very shiny. It's been bead blasted, so media blasted. There's a couple of dents in there. Not real happy about that, but this is a display system or a tutorial system. It's got a factory bolt in there. Looks like a bunch of factory hardware, except there's a bunch of Allen bolts in here, so somebody probably is a bunch of Torx too. So who knows what all this came from. It probably had Allen bolts holding the intake manifold on the engine and the other smaller bolts. There's a lot of different bolt lengths in this intake manifold, so different ears, because these actually have bolts that go from both sides, go this way and then this way on the inside of the plenum. This one actually goes from the outside, so there's a lot of different lengths. I believe there's 4 or 5 different length bolts that hold the runners and the plenum together. So we'll go over that in a different video. That I'm going to actually put a whole rebuild, a removal of the intake manifold to do an intake manifold gasket replacement in IROC Daily, and that video link will be up in this corner. So when I post that, so we'll go back and edit and add that link there. So do a whole rebuild of that, or the whole install of a new intake manifold gasket. And so let's go ahead and open up this next item. I want that to fall on the floor, but this is actually interesting. So somebody painted the top of that there. So let's see what the ECM has to say. So I'd have to say that I'm happy with all the pieces that arrived. Looks like we have 85, 86 parts here. So let's see what else I have. This ECM is not an 85 ECM, because the 85 ECM has this window either towards this side or that side, but it's not in this towards the center here. This access panel. So this is definitely later than 85. So this is not an 85 ECM. So if that's the case, and this is all 85, 86, then maybe this is an 86 ECM. So it should be a 1/4 inch. Yep. This is really cool. You just turn it, you actually just hit the button. It doesn't do anything, very little bit, but it's got a gyroscope in it, so the more you turn it, the more it goes. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but it's really cool. It's a lot faster than using a screwdriver or a ratchet at that point. So inside here is the PROM. So it's an ABWN 1606 8654, the chip that's in there, the part number. So that's the BCC number. So down here on my trusty laptop, we're going to look up to see what this is off of. All right, BCC. ABWN. So I have the full list here. I looked it up on Tune Port Induction Programming Services. There's a gentleman that actually will modify these, and it's set up all kinds of different parameters for you. He needs your chip, and then he programs it for what you need it for, like turning the fans on earlier, all kinds of stuff that he can do to the PROM. So the BCC number is on his website. There's a big PDF file on there. ABWN. ABWN. So this chip, ABWN, is an 87 Camaro 5.7 liter with an automatic transmission. So this ECM, ECU is definitely not part of this, because this is all 85, 86, and this says that this is an 87 350, so it's going to have bigger injectors and more cubes. And it says it's an LB9, so it's or L98, so it's a 5.7 liter with an automatic. So this system, this ECM does not go with that. So we got that going a little bit. So a little bit more information on ECMs, ECUs, engine control, computer, ECC. So there'll be some information more on this kind of stuff at a later date, and when I do that, I'll put the link up here, so it won't be there for a little bit. Anyway, so you can actually just pop those off and pop that out. And it used to be Hypertech used to make replacement PROM or replacement chips, but I guess that's about it. So thanks for following along to this box opening, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and we'll be making a lot more tutorial videos on the repair and diagnostics for the TPI system for bench work, and also doing diagnostics for overheating and all kinds of other stuff with this system. I'm talking about the EGR system, how it all works. If you've ever wanted to know how the EGR works, there's ports down there underneath this cover. There's a whole system in there that can get clogged up. Obviously somebody cleaned this one up already. So a little late addition to the video is underneath the packing material. I did find 2 EGR solenoid valves, and these actually, this one looks like it's in really good condition. It doesn't even look like it's that dirty. So this one here, and then this one looks like it might be the original that came with the intake manifold. So this one was probably an 86, but as you knew with the ECM, that might not be, but it might not be for an 86. But if it is or not, it's good to have spares of these, because they don't make these anymore. They're discontinued. So if you ever have to do a replacement, then you'd have to do a conversion and modify a bracket to make it a late model Cadillac one fit. So if we do that video in the future, I'll just add a link up there in the corner. But that'd be for a later video, a later edition. So, but for now, if these are identical, that would be awesome. But these valves come in normally open or normally closed during operation, so I'm not sure which ones these are, but I'm glad to have 2 extra ones. So, as with the rest of this stuff that came in this box, it's interesting that I got some duplicates of some parts, so obviously not just one car part. So the kid that sold these to me for an eBay auction must have been doing some kind of scrounging around the wrecking yard, or he was doing a project to put TPI on something and just got discouraged and sold the parts to me. So it wasn't a bad buy. I just wish the parts had come with a little bit less damage on them. So got some dimples and dings, and there's another pretty scratched up one. But anyway, pretty happy with what's going on with what we bought. And just in case you didn't know, I am using Rode microphones, wireless Go 2s. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for following along, and catch you later. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future giveaways like the following. Now for this video's giveaway details. Hopefully you watched the whole video. In the comments section of this video, write the 4 letters of the ECM's BCC code. We will select 1 lucky random winner from those who supply the correct BCC details. That lucky winner will win a rare CamaroFamily hat, a limited edition CamaroFamily pin, and the 1/64th scale Tamica Transformers Diecast Bumblebee Camaro. The winner will be picked and announced on Sunday, October 10th, 2021 at 10 p.m. Pacific. Good luck and get in gear.